Hi, good morning. Welcome to the session.
Hi, very good morning. Thank you for welcoming.
How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How about you?
I'm also doing great. Thank you so much for asking. First of all, happy Diwali.
Yeah, you too.
Okay. So may I know about yourself since we are meeting for the very first time?
Okay, God. If I talk about me, my name is Madhusha. I'm from UP. I have completed my graduation and post graduation from Urdu subject. And if I talk about my hobbies, I love reading, speaking in English, listening to music, and
Mm-hmm.
traveling. Yeah, these are my hobbies. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, reading, listening to music, and traveling.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, great. So what kind of books do you read?
I like every kinds of books like fictional, non-fictional, self-development books, psychology
Mm-hmm.
books, every kinds of books, which is according to my level that it is not written in advanced English, which I can comprehend easily.
Hmm.
I feel enjoy those books.
Great. Okay, and what are you doing currently?
Um, I have completed my post-graduation,
Mm-hmm.
so now I have a plan to do my post-graduation again from English subject after 1 year.
Oh. Okay, why
Yeah.
after 1 year? Like, do you want to take the break?
Yeah, I want to take break because I'm not good at English, I think. I need to first improve my English. Then I'll do for getting good grades.
Oh, okay, okay. But 1 year gap. I think you are quite good, and if you start reading, start like you have the habit of reading already. If you start your post graduation now, also you will be able to because the most essential thing
Yeah,
which is required is to just study a lot, and by studying a lot, you will be able to grab everything and then you will be able to get good scores in it. Anyways,
exactly. You're
uh,
right.
okay. So, as you know, my name is Rajni Verma. I'm from Rajasthan and I have done my graduation in Korean language from JNU New Delhi. And currently, I am just a YouTuber and I provide paid sessions to beginners and to intermediates. Apart from that, if I talk about my hobbies, I love reading books, I love talking to people, and I love watching movies sometimes, not always, because I don't get much free time for that. But everything I just prefer to do in English in order to enhance my level in English. Yeah, that's all.
Mm. Likewise, I also spend my time whole day just learning this language, immerse myself in this language.
Great, that's great. When did you start exactly learning the language? Like, how long have you been practicing?
It's been 1 year, but I have worked for 3 months on my English. It's been 1 year, but I was not focusing too much. For 3 months, I'm focusing too much.
Okay, so we can say for last 3 months you are very consistent with all the practices. Hmm.
Yep.
And who inspired you to learn?
There are lots of people around me, like they are good at English
Mm-hmm.
and they inspire me. And especially my teachers, they are good at English, so that's why I really want to become good at English like them.
Okay, okay. So all of them are good at speaking.
Yeah,
That's a privilege that you have people around you and have the environment because this is the biggest issue people face nowadays. And I get even in my comment box and on mail too, people share this with me that they want to learn English, they want to speak English fluently, confidently, and they want to improve, but they don't have people around them. So, how they should practice. And it's a bit.
I don't have the environment, but when I go coaching, take coaching, so then I get the environment. But only all by myself, I learn the English, like from technology. Technology helps me a lot to enhance my English.
Agree. I agree with you. And I also prefer that if you don't have anyone see, I didn't have ever and I still don't have anyone Now it is like, I can say, like virtual environment I have created for myself, so it's easier. Like right now we are talking, so we are practicing, we are also doing the same thing, right? So one option is this, that you can start connecting to people virtually, and you can create the environment, because nobody has people around them who speak English, right? Because in India we have
Exactly.
different our own mother tongues also that we use, and then we speak Hindi, so we don't have that environment, and people don't prefer generally in general talks that they speak English, right? So first, that you
Exactly.
can create virtually, second you can practice by yourself, or
Exactly.
third, like many applications are there. If you are not aware, or if you are not comfortable in these kind of conversations, then you can just go on those applications like Sparky, CV, Ace Fluency. I'm not promoting anyone, but yes, they are helpful. Like many people, many learners have shared this with me, that they use those applications, and somewhat they are able to, enhance their English from there itself. That's great. Okay.
Exactly.
So it's been only 3 months, and it's quite impressive that you are very good at English. So, and from since when have you been reading the books?
Mm, It's been 1 year. I'm reading books to be honest, but I was
Okay.
reading offline, online, not offline, because I had one application, Lipi. There I used to get lots of stories, and there is some my friends recommend me that
Mm-hmm.
application, and I
Mm-hmm.
started to read from that application, and there I found lots of very easy stories, and I started, and in this way I incorporate my reading habits.
Like this, you incorporated. Okay. So the
Yeah, I
speaking practice you
incorporated.
have been doing for last 3 months, and the reading practice you have been doing for last 1 year. What about the listening practice? Since when have you been doing that?
Yeah, 1 year listening practice.
That's what is essential. See, people come to
Hmm.
me, people join my sessions, and they are like, they are not doing anything, not listening, not speaking, not reading. They are not into reading at all, and they don't want to read now also, but they want to speak English fluently. And I ask them, and I tell them, I just suggest them to incorporate the habit of listening and reading a lot if you just want to speak English confidently and fluently and effortlessly at the same time, error free. Okay, so reading is one. I strongly believe that it helps a lot in many ways. So I think that is why you are able to just, improve a lot in just 3 months because of those practices. We cannot deny that those practices, I believe. Can you just share a little bit about those two practices, that how immensely they have helped you?
It really helped me to comprehend this language. Like
Hmm.
I was able to comprehend very well from listening. I started like my journey from listening only, and
Hmm.
then I used to get like lots of make mistake, grammar mistake, pronunciation mistake. So my friend suggested me. One of my friends suggested me. So you should go for reading as well. It will really help you for your pronunciation, grammar,
Hmm.
and like sentence frame, like
Stands
you
for
can
sentence
frame the
formation.
sentence easily. Yeah, formation.
Couldn't agree more on it. Yes. Yeah, there are benefits of reading, and everybody, and nobody can make you fluent until unless immerse yourself into these kind of practices. Okay. So have you taken any help from any tutor also? Have you joined any platform too for your speaking practice?
I didn't take any help from tutor. I just did all by myself
Wow,
from
impressive.
technology.
That's the, I can say, the proper use of time and technology at the same time. And as you are taking the break
Yeah,
of 1 year, so maybe in 1 year you will be very good orator. What do you want to be actually,
yeah.
like after doing your masters in English too? What is your aim?
There are lots of plan in my mind. I want to learn lots of things in related coding, like everything. I want to
Okay.
learn it.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I want to be a teacher, English teacher. I want to become English teacher, as well as I want to do PhD in my future. I want to become writer as well.
Oh, wow. I love people who are so ambitious, especially girls. I always appreciate and I always cherish that thing. Like, if they have dreams and they are willing to, and they are putting efforts into it every day, which is essential because many people just have, but they are not doing anything for those dreams. Some people, like,
Yeah,
especially women who are married now, they just, gave up on their dreams. So, which somewhere hurts when, listen to somebody that I had these kind of dreams and I had did that. I was planning to do that, but then I got married, then I had, kids. So after that, they just gave up. So it's a little um, hard, disheartening. But at the same time, people like you come and share that is somewhere inspirational. Okay.
yeah.
So, is there anyone that you admire the most, or who is your inspiration?
Admire, I would say that you are my
Oh my
inspiration. I
God.
would say,
I didn't
yeah, you
expect
are
this
good at
answer
English.
from you. No. I was thinking like you're so ambitious, so maybe Priyanka Chopra or somebody from the bigger industry, you
Yeah,
will say. Hmm.
Priyanka Chopra as well, and Shah Rukh Khan is
Yeah,
my
that's what I was
inspiration.
expecting
Yeah.
from you. But that's honor that you took my name to in this field. And I really want to be that one. If not, like, if I'm not able to change many people's lives, still I want to change at least a few. So thank you so much that, okay, so since when have you been watching my videos?
Hmm, like when I started my journey, first I used to watch lots of conversation videos. So I come across
Okay.
your videos as well. So I watched lots of videos, your earlier video. You have short hair as well, right?
Yeah.
I noticed it. It's very good. I really like your short hair as well. So I used
Hmm.
to watch all the videos, earlier videos with your short hair. It was really nice.
Hmm. So
You
you
now I
can.
can compare that your earlier video and now you are speaking. It's very different. I can see
Hmm. That's just I
improvement.
say the magic of the consistency in practice,
Exactly.
right? So if
Yeah.
anyone is watching this video can just take this advice seriously, that consistency can definitely change you entirely as a person, or if you are just trying to grab or incorporate any new skill in yourself, consistency is the key. No matter how you are feeling, no matter you love to do that or not, but somewhere back in your mind, if there is any dream that requires that much efforts and consistency, you should take that seriously and you should do that every day. Okay. I think I am asking a lot of questions to you. Do you have any question for me? After all, you are my
Yeah, I am.
subscriber and you have been watching me for a long period of time. You must have something in your
Yeah.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I have one question that we start the learning English, so we get confused why we are not improving. We just like do rush, like, but
Hmm.
why we feel like this? Why we don't develop the self patience? Like
Hmm.
patience is really important. Like how can someone develop patience, like build the patience towards learning this language?
Very interesting question. And patience, yes, I agree with you that patience is really imperative whenever you are working on your dreams, on skills, especially when it comes to learning the language, it takes time. Like if you say, like if somebody has the whole day in his hand, okay, like 24 hours, and for 1 month he's continuously, doing everything in English for 24 hours, still he will not be able to remember, recall while speaking, because our mind, our subconscious mind takes time to register everything. So for 3 to 6 months we need to be very patient with zero expectations. Why we are not patient? Because our expectations are higher than our efforts. We put less efforts but we expect the higher results, and that is what I feel that makes us, impatient. I have a lot of students who
Hmm.
have desires, but when I give them the homework they start making excuses, and then at the same time they want to speak English fluently and just like me, they want to sound like me. And So if you really sound like me, you need to do what I do. And you know how much hard work I do, how much listening I do in a day, how much I read in a day, how much I repeat people in a day. Are you ready to do that? So there people are like reluctant. They take the back step, and they start making excuses. Somewhat it is like okay, understandable that they are working professionals, some of them are housewives, some of them, like many people don't have that much hours in their hand, free hours in their hand. I have, but it doesn't mean then you, like you say, like you don't have even 30 minutes in a day, right? So there you need to
Exactly.
just instead of saying or comparing like I want to be like you, and how, why am I not able to be like you? So see, I have been practicing for last 2 years, and that mean that is like something, right? I didn't miss any single day of like I do watch people, I do listen to people, I do just reading a lot. So I think the expectations are higher than the efforts, and that's somewhere leads to the uh, impatient. So it is
Yeah,
again a
exactly.
subjective thing, a mindset which develops over time by doing the practice. So everything is practice. I think happiness is itself a practice that you have to do every single day. Love itself is a practice. It's easier to say like love at first sight. But when you live with somebody, when you are with somebody, you have to love them every single day. You have to find something in them. You cannot find their faults, because if you are living with somebody, if you are with somebody in a relationship, you will come across their bad habits, their bad things, their good things. You cannot just focus on the
Yeah, their
few
mindset
things.
as well.
Yes, a lot of things are there. So when you are seeing just anybody from outer side, it's not like okay, you love them, and after 1 year, 2 years, you are like, no, I don't love. What is that? This is a practice, and if you
It
are
was
not able to just love yourself, how you can just expect that you will be able to love others, and others will be able to love you a lot? So love, mindset, patience, all these are subjective, and all these we have to practice. We should practice, I must say, every day.
exactly. You're right. It was very impressive answer. Tremendous.
I
That's
hope
what I
that will
expected
help
from
you.
you.
Okay. Any other question?
The question. So, how did you expand your vocabulary?
Hmm. Not how did I, how am I doing still? Yeah.
Okay.
So, vocabulary was always a major challenge for me. Still, it is, but somewhere now I am capable enough to understand myself according to the level or according to the people whom I interact with. I am able to switch a bit now, because now in my dictionary there are thousands of words in my dictionary. So I am able to. Initially, it was difficult. So, what I used to do was there are 4 to 5 practices which I used to do. First was like whenever while reading, whenever got new word, I used to write down in my diary, in my separate diary. Used to find the meaning and then make my own sentence using that. That was first. Second, whenever I like listen to people, the same process, note down and then write the sentence. After that, like revision, I think I must say the repetition is again play. Repetition again plays an
Crucial role.
imperative role in it, in order to build vocabulary. Otherwise, what happens? We mug up the words. So when you go and open your notebook, you know the meanings. When you read the word, you know, okay, yeah, I know this word. But what happens when we, communicate, when we connect, then we are not able to recall the word at the right moment. For that reason, repetition is imperative. If you repeat a
Yeah.
lot, then it gets registered in your mind, and then you are able to recall effortlessly while speaking. And this process again takes time. So with this also we have to be very, very, very patient. Uh, Apart from noting down the words and writing down the sentences, I have one habit of relating the word with my own self. Maybe
Nice.
related to present incident, or maybe related to past incident, or maybe constructing a story in future. So I try to relate this word in, my own self somewhere. So that's what I do sometimes. And third is one, I it is very like, I don't know people will understand it or not, but what happens when I'm reading? So when I read one book, so in the half book, one word is repeated maybe 30 to 40 times. So
Multiple times.
till 30 to 40 times, I don't, search the word. Now the word is already here. The word is already
In
here.
this way, you do. Don't you
Yes.
feel
No.
irritation while
No.
searching again
Now
and again?
what happens? I have seen this word many times. Now I don't need to, pressurize my mind to learn the word. Now I just need to just know the meaning itself. And if I know the meaning, the word is already here. I don't know, need to just pressurize my mind to go remember, right? No. This somewhere I found it really late, because what happens? We start first page, we got a new word, we just write. I used to do that earlier when I didn't know. That is why I always suggest people to find your own ways of learning anything. That's what will help you
Yeah.
a lot. So this is what I found. Initially I used to do what I used to do, just open the first page, I read something, I got a new word, write down and just start mugging up. That didn't work well. That is somewhere frustrating, like you are just learning the word. Mugging up this language is somewhere frustrating, I don't believe in it. So what later I started just doing that, to just first register the word in your mind and later we will find the meaning. So till half of the book, if one word is, you know repeated many times, I just read it. Now the word is already here, now I should know the meaning. That's how I remember. uh Apart from that, now is a bit easier for me, because now I teach my students. So every now and then I have to learn new words in order to teach them. So it's easier for me now to just learn few words and teach them, and I repeat in the classes itself. So then it's easier, effortless now for me to learn the words. It has changed now for me, I guess. Yeah.
Wow, amazing, tremendous. I really like that strategy you incorporate with related your life, like in your life, the word. Like in
Hmm.
you make stories and you just incorporate that word from in your past, right? So it
Yeah.
is really helpful, I think, somehow.
Hmm. It is, because
I
what
also try
happens?
this thing.
Absolutely, you try. Why? Because what happens most of the time, like whenever you connect to anybody, whenever you talk to anybody, you are talking about yourself most of the time. People have some issues in my some of, like, I got one person in my comment box. He says like, you are always talking about yourself, and I like, everybody talks about themselves only, right? Like what they do, where they go,
Exactly.
what they eat, what they read, what they watch. We talk about ourselves. What was my past? What is my present? What is my goal? Like I asked you a lot of questions related to yourself. So I'm talking about myself. So somebody was saying like, you should just write a book on yourself. You're so self-obsessed and all that. And I like, I am, and you should also try that. I am. I love myself. What
Yeah,
is the
that's
problem in
amazing.
it? Yes.
Yeah,
So you should try that. Why? Because if you relate the word in your present, future, or past, that will be easier for you to remember it effortlessly. Because while talking to people, you will talk about yourself. So if you are sharing that particular incident of your past life, you have already incorporated the word already in that story. So when you are picking the story, when you are talking about that story, the word is already there in the story. So you will be able to use it
yeah,
effortlessly. That's why this is helpful. That will help
exactly.
definitely.
I also tried in my first time earlier. I tried that this strategy works. I think it
Works.
work.
But it
It
takes
works
time.
on
People are
myself.
not again patient with it. It
Yeah,
takes time. That's what I emphasize more and more. It takes time. Yeah.
everything takes time. We should be very patient. If we have
Hmm.
patience, so we can just succeed.
But what happens? People will listen this video, like they watch, like plethora of content is
They
available
will
now,
they will
but
not
they were like,
implement, right?
that's the problem. Like, people
Yeah,
don't
that's
take
the
it
problem.
seriously. Hmm.
One thing as well, like when we listen, watch motivational speakers, we are habitual to watch them, but we are not habitual to implement. We don't implement. We have fond of to watch them. We feel kind of
Hmm.
energy in ourselves that we are just gonna to do that. We will do, but after certain time, we lose that energy because that energy exists when we watch that video at
Hmm.
that time. But when we just or like we don't watch, and after certain time we lose that energy because we
Hmm.
like to watch motivational video, but we don't like to implement because it's very hard for us to do that.
Hmm. Our mind always, denies to do the difficult part. It's easier to watch a,
Yeah.
the video or listen to somebody, but it's difficult to stand in front of mirror or in front of camera and speak. That's difficult. That is
Exactly.
why our mind makes the excuses.
Yeah, that's the reason
Hmm.
I don't watch too much motivational videos. I just do a challenge myself and just do whatever it's I'm facing the problems in something, do over and over, so that helped me to face the challenges, face the
Repetition, yes.
fear.
You don't
Yeah.
need the outer motivation because you are now have that motivation within, like you are ambitious, you have that, so you don't need people like you. I can totally relate that, who have the inner motivation already, like they are motivated from within. They don't need outer motivation. Maybe they need the reminders at certain point of time, because they are, because everybody is a human being, and we sometimes we feel really down, and sometimes we doubt, am I doing right? Is it the right path? Or sometimes we doubt, or sometimes we feel very low when we forget ourselves, when we forget something that we need to focus upon. That time we need small reminders, and there that motivational videos
Exactly.
works. Hmm. Otherwise, if you don't have motivation from within, you don't have dream, you don't have aim, you are not putting efforts, and continuously watching motivational videos are not going to help you.
Yeah, this is our passion. Like we are very passionate to
Hmm.
learn this language. So we will do, no matter the things,
Yeah,
how much it is hard, we will do at
absolutely.
any rate.
Yeah, yeah. So as I can see your personality right now, you are, I guess, somewhere you have the poised demeanor and the, I guess, very kind personality kind of. So I want to know if you ever get angry. So if yes, then how do you manage that anger?
I get angry. So what do I do?
Mm.
Okay, so I don't have too much expectation from others, especially my parents, my friends. I don't have control on them, right? But I have control on myself. And when, especially when I get chance, any chance that I feel angry because of my loved ones, my moms, my father, my friends, so I just discuss with them, this is something make me
Mm.
annoyed, you should just stop this thing, you shouldn't do with me this thing. I just say openly with
Mm.
them because I don't I just say very openly, so they will understand my feeling, my emotion, what I feel about it.
Mm.
And sometimes I cry. I just go to like a silence room and just listen music and cry a lot. That's how I feel very calm and feel that I just forget everything after crying. This is something I do as well.
I can totally resonate with it. I used to burst earlier. Like I was very straightforward. I am still. But earlier it was like I was not that much aware of my emotions and the words which are coming into my mind and I'm saying. But now, as I'm more aware of myself, so I just control. And when I control it, it's difficult to just vanish that. Like you have to cry. If you're not just, getting angry on somebody, then you have to just cry. If you're not saying anything to somebody, and I also sometimes cry because of that. And okay.
I was very sensitive, right? I was very sensitive. I used to get angry easily. I used to get sad easily because of my family members. But I don't because now I'm mature. I know what's wrong thing and right thing, and I shouldn't behave like this because I understand
Hmm.
everything. Now I have that knowledge that I can understand the people intention, all the things, why they want
That's
me this or not.
great. Impressive. It means Over time, you have learned this, or maybe by watching, observing people, observing your own self. Okay, one last question I
Yeah,
want to know: are you into spirituality too?
yeah, I
I
am,
got
but when
that.
it comes to restrictions of people, when
Mhm.
it comes to like especially girls, I am totally against it because I think that Allah is for everyone, not for only boys. Allah will give just see everyone equally. It's not comes to boys and girls. So we should be
Yeah.
see as a social like people. We should see the people, girls and boys equally, right? In this something I just want to say.
That's where I feel like really motivated. Like I love these kind of girls who are ready to, fight against these things. I also believe in it. Like in equal
Yeah,
rights, some people will say like I don't talk much about it, but I believe in it. And whenever there is a need, I am really straightforward for the rights, like equal
yeah,
rights and the things which we should be. Not even I sometimes it's why we are allowed, why we need that permission. We have equally that right. We have our own personal life, right? Just like everyone else has. So that's great that you believe in the
exactly.
spirituality. At the same time, you are able to understand the worth of your own rights, and you have incorporated, I guess, the nature or the attitude also towards it to take the stand against these things. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else that you would love to discuss or would love to ask before we wind up the session?
There's nothing in my mind now.
No problem.
I
But
didn't
it was
prepare any questions, so the question is not coming. Any question in my mind?
no problem. Did you send me email earlier too, or just for the very first time?
Yeah, earlier as well. It is not first time. It's been
Oh my
like three
god,
times
my
I have
bad.
sent you.
Oh my god.
I didn't get any response, but it's okay because it
Okay.
happened because you are very busy in your work, and it happens with everyone. If someone is very occupied
Um,
with having conversations, so
but
I can understand, totally understand.
I appreciate your patience, really. Now you have proved that you are
Yeah,
patient enough. Yet you sent me emails
yeah,
3 times and still you didn't get angry on me. Like, and you understand that's really commendable. Thank you so much for understanding. Thank you so much for being patient. And thank you so much for connecting to me today. You made my day. Like, um, I'm really feeling great now. And you shared that positive vibe, energy with me, which I always admire in people. It's like very soothing, relaxing conversation with you.
yeah. It's my pleasure. Thanks for inviting me here.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, then we can just wind this session up right here. Thank you so much for connecting to me. Bye bye. Have a great day ahead.
Bye.